Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Woo, man. I know a lot of people are probably doing something this weekend because this is Memorial Day weekend and it's a lot of stuff going on. People are barbecuing, going to the beach because this is supposedly like the beginning of summer, but I ain't even gonna talk about what the weather has been like. So if you have been in Pennsylvania, especially where I am, hey love, you have been going through a roller coaster of changes with the weather because the weather has been doing a lot this week. OMG. Like I literally had to be like, why are we still getting 50-degree weather in the third week of May? I'm just saying. Because yeah, no, you're working hard. Yes. Yes, you are, my love. Yes, you are. Out there making it do what it do. Yes. Yeah. But what I was saying that it has been crazy weather here. Like we have literally been getting like 50-degree weather, like to the point where people been having to like wear heavy coats and boots. And I'm saying like, wait a minute. If history recollects me, I do not remember having to wear heavy coats or boots in the third week of May. I'm just saying. Like, I feel like that the week before we were getting like all these like 80-degree weather temperatures and stuff. And I'm like, okay, finally, we could work out like the sandals and, wear like the shorts and capris. And then Mother Nature said, I don't think so. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. I was just playing. So don't get too comfortable with, all the warm weather and stuff. So I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. Here's the games. That Mother Nature is playing with us, but obviously I'm not laughing and I'm not like feeling this, but in the same sense, it makes me chuckle because I'm like, I can't believe that we're literally going through this. So, but I don't know how you guys have been like, what's your weather like? I know it's probably like warm in a lot of places and stuff because I know especially down south, I'm hearing a lot of complaints about it being like super hot and like, oh my God, like, whew, I can't even say that. I mean, we do have like a nice day today. Yesterday was, we had like some rain. Still had to wear like a jacket and stuff. And then the sun just miraculously like came out and it started getting warm. I'm like, oh my God, like, see, this is the games that Mother Nature is playing with us. This is the games that Mother Nature is playing with us. So if you are in Pennsylvania, I'm sure you probably can relate. But if you are not and you are in a place where it gets nice and warm and you have had the beautiful warm weather and the sunny skies and been able to go to the beach, honey, let's enjoy because your girl is not getting that right now. So enjoy and appreciate. Yes. Hey, sis.
Hey, sis.
Hey, lovely.
Hey.
Yeah. Hello. John Baptiste, thank you for being here. Yeah. So how's it going, sister? I'm just, talking about how crazy this weather has been.
Oh, yeah, it definitely has. This back and forth.
Yeah,
I had to turn my heat on.
that part.
In
That part.
May. It's
That
crazy.
part. That part. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we still having to wear like heavy jackets and coats and stuff
Hmm.
for week of May? And I even seen people still wearing boots. I'm like, ooh, I said, I'm not going to do that because for me, it's just setting the tone that it's not going to get warmer and this is our new norm. No, this is not our new norm for May. I'm not going. I'm not going to claim that. I'm not going to claim that. So I'm not going to
I
be
hear
breaking
that.
all that stuff. So even though a lot of people have been doing it, I'm like, okay, okay. Yes. But it has been quite the crazy week. I'm just excited to have warm weather. I want to feel like that it's here and I don't have to be like going up and down with the roller coaster. Like you said,
Exactly.
having to put the heat on one day and the air on one day. Girl, ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm like, oh, stop playing with my emotions because it's about to be summer. Like, why are we doing
Exactly. Like, can we just go ahead and get with the warm weather?
it with the warm weather? I mean, that's what I'm just saying. Can we get with the warm weather? Stop playing games. Stop playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So, how has your week been, love? How's your week been?
My week has been good. I've been doing a whole lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's been good. It's been peaceful.
good, good,
Mhm.
good. Yes,
Yeah.
your hair is cute. It's giving me vibes. Hey, Tony, thank you for coming in.
Damn. Mhm.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, yeah. So, as always, life be lifing.
Mhm.
Me, I'm like literally like counting down. I'm waiting for, a little bit of freedom, a little bit of mental sanity, because it's
Mhm.
the end of the year and it's just so much happening. And yeah, so I just been literally trying to get my mind right and,
Yeah.
navigate through these streets and this world we call life. Because I'm
Exactly.
always talking about life is life and life is life.
Yeah.
You know, this
Mhm.
is why TB's life has come to light
I hear that.
because it's always going on in TB's life. Always going on, child. I'm like, oh my god. I
Mhm.
was like, yeah. I was like, it's things that be happening. You cannot make this stuff up. So,
Mhm.
like, funny story. So, yesterday, I felt like I was like trapped in like a time zone yesterday. So, I
Really?
appreciate everybody for being here. We are going to be diving into our fun conversation in a few. But I felt like I was like literally trapped in a time zone yesterday. So I decided after all my running around to go, I said, okay, I'm going to treat myself because it's been a long day. It's been a long week. So I said, all right, I'm going to go to Nifty 50s,
Mhm.
right? Because I haven't been in a long, long, long time. So I said, all right, I'm going to treat myself. Let's go on the way home. I'm going to stop and grab me a little treat, right? So
Right.
go in, grab my little treat, come out to my car, with my little, I decided to give me like butter pecan milkshake and stuff. I'm like,
Mhm.
so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. I'm going to enjoy my little treat. Go to the car. Not only is it a car like blocking me sideways, but it's two cops right there, right? And I'm like, okay, right. So I'm like, now what am I do now? I was like, okay, because if they kind of move from directly from behind my car, I can like ease my way out my parking spot and keep it moving. So
Mhm.
look at me. I said, hi, is there a way that I can, get past you guys so I can like get out of the parking lot, right?
Get out.
So
Yeah.
right, so it was two cops, right? So I'm like, they're like, just hold on a couple minutes, right? So I'm like,
Mhm.
really? I'm like, so I had a whole long day, right? So I'm like, I got my milkshake, I grabbed like some like little
You
chicken
ready to
fingers.
go?
I need to go, honey. It was a long day. So I'm like, okay, a couple minutes, right? So they had this couple like pulled over talking to him. I'm like, okay, like y'all literally can just back up from behind my car. Let me back out and keep moving, right? So while you tell me I gotta wait a couple minutes, I'm like, all right, so cool. I get back in the car. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm also go ahead and break out, start sipping on my milkshake that I just got, and start diving into a couple of these chicken fingers. That, which, by the way, was a ripoff. Okay, I'm just put it out there. They would rip off, honey. Them jokes are probably as big as my thumb. I was like, I
Mm-mm.
just spent all this money on these things, and they were like as big as my thumb. I was like, I know you
You
lying.
made
I
that.
was like, you got me once, but you ain't gonna get me twice. So,
Right.
right. So, anywho, so I'm like, okay. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and start diving in. So I'm like, okay, 2 minutes turned into like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, they cannot be serious. Like I literally feel like I was the one that got pulled over. Like they
Mhm.
would not let me move out of my parking spot.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I'm like, why am I being punished? I didn't do anything. I'm like, I'm just like,
Yeah,
right?
that
So
ain't right.
I'm like, y'all, I'm like, that's their situation. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I just walked out into it, okay? And you making me sit here holding me hostage. Like I'm the one gotta go through all the rigmarole, right? So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like 5 minutes out. So I call your brother-in-law. I'm like, man, you won't believe that. I'm like literally like stuck and trapped by these cops. They will not let me move out my spot because they got somebody
Mm-hmm.
pulled over behind me, right? So he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, crazy, right? So 5 minutes then went by, 10 minutes went by. So I get out the car again and I just look at him like, yo, like
You're
two
like,
minutes
sir,
came
like,
and gone. Why am I sitting here stuck in my car? Right?
mm-hmm.
Like, why won't you move out the way and let me back out so I can get out of this parking lot? Like
Right,
at this point, I feel like you're being rude and inconsiderate with my time. Like, I know
exactly.
y'all trying to do your job, but now you're being inconsiderate with my time, right?
Yeah.
So the cop looks at me and says, okay, just a few more minutes and we'll be out your way. So I'm like, by this way, I'm getting like annoyed because I'm like, okay, now I've been sitting here like 15 minutes waiting for you. Now I'm
Right.
like, that's not fair to me because you don't
At
know what
all.
going on. You don't know where I was heading. Just because I stopped
Right.
to grab something to eat does not mean I didn't have nothing to do after this, right? So now you're
Mhm.
being so. Yeah, he's like, okay, give me a few more minutes. I'm like, okay. I'm still annoyed. I'm like frustrated at this point. I'm like, okay, I'm about to like really go for it. I'm like, what y'all gonna do, right? So they decide they want to be checking these people's car and all this other stuff. I'm like,
Mm.
why won't you just move and let me out? Like I've been sitting here like held hostage. Like I
Yeah.
just, all right. So finally, after I was like, you know what? After the third, I got up one more time on my car. And I looked at the cop and he just was like, oh. Then he just started scrambling, like, okay, I guess it finally like resonated, like, you know what? We've been holding this woman up this whole time for this
Mhm.
situation with this couple. Like, okay, let's just move out her way. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh my, then finally, I felt like I was held hostage like 20 whole minutes. I was like, I was done. I was like, man. So just for FYI for all of our people out here protecting and serving, just be considerate of people's
Be
time. You
considerate.
know, be
Mhm.
considerate. That's all. I mean, I ain't trying to intervene with what you got to do. You know, with people, but like if you see you're blocking somebody and it's a way that you can clear it, you know, let people out. People got stuff going on. That's all. But that was my
Mhm.
experience. You know, my crazy
I've
experience.
been pissed. I
I
know
mean,
you was pissed off. Like,
girl, I was like, yeah, it was a lot. Like it took a lot of me to keep my composure. I ain't even gonna hold you. It took a lot to keep
yeah,
my composure because I was like, this is just really rude. This is disrespectful. This is a
it is.
blatant disregard for my time. You know,
Mhm.
I was like, you would have think I was the one that got pulled over. Like,
Right.
this is so unfair right now. You know, but yeah,
Mhm.
but that was my one of my crazy
Yeah.
for the weekend, right? But I appreciate everybody for being here on this fine Sunday. I know this is a
Mhm.
holiday weekend. A lot of y'all probably out and about and
Mhm.
doing things today. Some of us are, some of us are not. Some of us
Mhm.
are just chilling, taking advantage of the time to relax, like myself.
And me.
Because right, and sister, like we just take the time to enjoy the day. So, but we're gonna go into our topic. So, considering that it is a holiday weekend and people are probably out and about doing fun things, hanging with family,
Mhm.
we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about what if, like a hypothetical type of
Mhm.
conversation, like right.
Okay.
So it is designed to make you say, very
Hmm.
thought provoking, and see like your reactions or how would you handle situations like this, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go right into all right. So my first hypothetical, what if is what if you could only communicate by breaking out into a song? What if you could only communicate with that way? Ouch.
By breaking out into a
Breaking
song.
out to a song, yes.
Hmm. You know what's funny? Like because because I do that sometimes.
Okay, yeah, same.
Um, what I mean. You know how you hear a word or something. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean, and then you just start singing off of that word. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? Because it just sparks something, and it's just like
right,
that's what
right.
I just got to do that right now. You just let it on out.
So suppose every time you said something that you had to sing it. Like
That is so funny.
that would be
That is
fun.
so funny. Me, I'm saying you're gonna have me doing that. I'm gonna be doing it.
How you do
I can only communicate in song.
like communicating?
Be sound like a musical.
Musical.
Yeah.
Every
Janae's life musical.
you gotta sing it. You gotta sing it. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Yeah,
People
yeah.
get tired of being around me.
I know. I know. Can you imagine if that was the only way you was allowed to communicate? You had to think everything that you had to say. Oh my God, I would be on the floor.
That is so funny.
That is hilarious. So our next hypothetical is: what if you had the power to temporarily mute people in real life?
What? Lord mercy. Be like, I'm just gonna boot you. Just gonna, and they be talking, you be like, okay. Be like, look, that'll help you maintain some peace. Maintain some peace in your life.
Okay, honey, I would love to have that superpower, especially in school.
The children.
Child, girl, all that screaming and carrying on, I've been like, bloop. I would love to have that superpower.
That's so funny. Your day used to be so much easier.
Girl, can you imagine? Like it would be like peaceful and zen, like all that. And then I will unmute you when I ask you a question. That what did you say? Okay. That would be amazing. Yes. I would love to have that superpower. So our next hypothetical one, right, is what if, a red button that read "Push me, I dare you" that suddenly appeared in the middle of your living room. What would you do?
Push me, I dare you. I don't know. See, I didn't see too much TV. I'm not touching shit. I'll be like, yeah, I'm a slowly kick it out the front door for somebody else to push it. You ain't got to dare me to do nothing. Nope. I just watched The Blackening recently. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, hell no. This shit done just popped up here out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Thank you. No,
just
thank you.
I'm in the middle of your room, said, "Push me, I dare you."
Like I said, I don't even want to touch it. I'm gonna be using a broomstick to be like push that shit out the front door.
That part. I'm like, I'm with you, sis. I'm like, you got to get out of here. I don't know where you came from, but we're not doing that.
Ooh. Exactly.
that remind me like of some old Matrix stuff. We want the red pill or the blue pill. Which one?
You're right.
No.
Morpheus need to come and explain to me first.
That part. Like, why is it here and why is it daring me to push? No, I'm okay. I'm not trying to go there. I don't even want to know.
Right.
I don't even want to know.
Like, there's somebody else, and then I'll watch them and see if they push it and see what happened to them.
That part. Oh man. Yeah. I'm like, no, that's hilarious. I'm with you. I'm like, nope, you got to go.
Right.
So our next hypothetical is: so what if real life were more like the movies?
It be seeming like it is. I swear, like life just be like, like I said, life be life, and you know what I mean. So since I be going through stuff, and I be like, man, like this shit, it just seemed like this is. I feel like I'm on a TV show. Like, where is the studio audience? Where's the studio audience? You know what I'm saying? And the laugh card, because I'll be like, yo, like this shit is hilarious right now. Like, am I being punked or something? What's going on?
That's my favorite. Am I being punked right now? Like, this can't be real, right? I know. it do be seeming like this. Like I like we need to have this the whole script and all this stuff. Need to be on the big screen, child.
Right.
Woo. Yes, yes. Oh my God.
That's funny.
I am crying. Okay. So our next one is, so what if a celebrity started coming to you for advice?
Hey, I'll
Right?
be killing it. I'll be like, okay. Look, you see me stand up taller, like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Really?
Yeah,
What can I do for you? Huh? Okay. You want advice from me?
Yeah.
Child. Yes.
They might get that official, like, are you sure?
I know.
Yeah.
Like you want me? Okay. Could
Uh-huh.
you imagine that? Could you imagine? Oh my God. Oh God.
Yeah. That's like if a celebrity come and ask me to play the bass. I'll be
See?
like,
What?
really?
Really?
Yeah. I'll be nervous.
Would you?
But I would do it. I would jump
Probably.
right to it. Be
Yeah.
like, yeah. They would have to tell me that they would have to be like, oh, never mind, you're not good enough. I won't tell myself that. I'm gonna be like, oh, what they asked me, I'll be like, I'm ready. I will go practice. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that I was ready. But yeah, I would do it.
Yeah. Woo, I know. Like I couldn't imagine. I'm like, if they came to me like, okay, yeah, you, I need your advice, child. I don't know. Woo. That's a good thing that make
Do you
you go.
think it like depends on like how big the celebrity?
Yeah,
You
I
know
think
what I'm saying?
situation. Like, okay, like
Yeah.
how my idea is, hey, Alta Poker, thanks for coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know how my idol, Miss Debbie Allen, like she came to me like, well, how do you think about this dance move? What you think? Oh, girl, that would be right in my element.
Right.
I feel like I'll in. I feel like I'll be comfortable, be like, yeah, baby, yes, yes, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if it's my area of expertise and a celebrity came and asked my opinion or my advice, I probably could give it to him. I'll probably be shocked that they asking me, but then I'll put on my big girl panties, and then I'll be doing my teacher voice and be like, well, I'm saying, then I'll jump into educator mode, but I want to break that down for you a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yes, that would be awesome.
I would love it. That would make me feel really seen and appreciated.
That part. Yes, love it. So here go our next hypothetical. So what if you went on a date with someone who told you that they exclusively listen to elevator music? That's it.
I would think they was boring. You know what I mean? But I would be like hoping that I can enlighten them to some,
That's it. Exclusively. That's all they will listen to. That's it.
Wow.
That's it. So what would your opinion be? Or how would you handle something like that? Whew.
We just probably wouldn't listen together. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it depends. You know what I mean? It might be like, if it's some jazzy type of elevator music. But I don't know. I mean, I guess if that's their thing, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like diss them because of that exclusively.
Exclusive.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It'd be like, because you know what I mean, that's their choice of music, but I'll probably be like, yeah, that's a little interesting.
That's very interesting.
It's interesting.
Cause that means when y'all together, you can't listen to anything else. It's gonna be hard to take them to events where there's other type of music or something going on. So yeah, I couldn't imagine the type of life.
Well, yeah, like if they like exclusively on that and not really open to,
right?
You know what I mean, like hearing other stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it had to be some compromise.
Right.
Because I'm not going to exclusively listen to elevator music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, they're gonna have to change it up a bit when I'm around, or you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, or when they with me listening to other stuff, or like you said, still be able to go out to concerts and things like that. If it's like that and they like, well, no, I can't, I can only do this, I can only do that. Yeah, then that's limiting.
That's limiting. Right.
It's
Right.
limiting.
Yeah, I think that would be tough. Be like, damn, you can't even live because you just nah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that make you go home. So what would you do in that situation? Like if you were on a dating scene and your date, that's all they will only listen to. That's exclusively
Mhm.
like they not open minded to anything else, right?
Yeah,
So
I just like I'm glad that it's like finding out early. The earlier
find
the
out.
better.
Yes, find out early.
So
That
that
part.
way we can go ahead and like, be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we're not in alignment.
We're not alone.
We're not in
Not
alignment.
really. So thank you for the date, but I cannot do it again. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Exactly. Yes.
I love
So, yeah.
music.
That's crazy. Exactly. Exactly. I'm saying like
Mhm.
us being music lovers, especially diversity and
Mhm.
types of vibes. Like,
Right.
yes, that would be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So my next hypothetical is: so what if you woke up as an 18-year-old with all the knowledge that you currently have?
Oh, what would I do differently?
Ah,
Hmm. Oh, woke up as an 18-year-old right
oh,
now.
yeah, with all the knowledge that you currently have. Mm, wow.
What would I do with that? You know what I'm saying? Do I leave the country? Do I go to school? You
Mm,
know,
mm-hmm.
uh, do I like run and be like, "Oh snap, where's my children?" You know what I'm saying? Be like, "Oh my god,"
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's like wake up like immediately freaked out. But how
Mm-hmm.
would I know? How would I know that I woke up as an 18-year-old?
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
that's one of the things that makes you go, right? Like,
Mhm.
wow, like what would I do if I woke up as an 18-year-old and I knew all this stuff that I know now? You know?
But you know what I just considered? Like, what I mean? Like if I just imagine that right now, you know what I'm saying? Just 'cause look, we can always reinvent ourselves. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Every day is just this new opportunity. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, what if I take a nap right now and then be like, okay, what I mean? All right, so when I wake up, I'll be 18 again.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then just start living life like that as if I was just
Mm-hmm.
18.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like what things would I do? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, do I just continue like living it the way I've been living life?
Right, right, right.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What would you do?
I know, because I feel like if I was 18 again and I knew everything that I know now, I think it
Hmm.
would definitely change the course of my life.
What would you do
I feel like
differently?
I would probably do different. I would probably make different choices.
Mhm.
I would make different choices. I definitely would because I learned so much throughout my years and especially my years of wisdom that I call them. And it's like, but it took a lot of trial and error, right? It
Mhm.
took me to go through a lot of different things. It took me um, those decisions that I made to say, okay, I probably could have made a different choice or a different decision, But like you said, you don't know, especially back then when I was an 18-year-old, and you just navigating through life and stuff, right?
Mhm.
So I would just,
Mhm.
hope that things will work out and like you said, go through trial and error. But if I'm right here, I would now, and I know all these things that I've been through the course of my life, and I had to wake up as an 18-year-old, I will probably you know be able to do things a lot different now because I already like fast forwarded into my life. And I would know
Right.
as an 18-year-old, but okay, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make that decision. I'm not going to make
Yeah.
that route. Okay,
Mhm.
I feel like I would get a second chance at life. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Pardon me. I think it's like, I don't know, it gives some perspective of, what I mean, kind of like taking that second chance right now.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Though too, so it's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Very,
Yeah,
very
yeah, but you got
interesting.
me thinking because when I start thinking like, okay, if I go back to being 18, like, do I go to school or, I
Right.
mean, like, what do I do with this brain that I have now? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like, yeah, so it makes me want to do these things right now.
See?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
very thoughtful program. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, and next question is, so what if you could send one message to a loved one after you pass on? If you could send
Mm-hmm.
one message, what if you could do that?
Mm-hmm. It would definitely be to my children.
Yes.
Yeah. It would
That's it.
definitely be to them.
Right. That's
Yeah.
I would love that. If God calls me home, just to be able to send one message. Because
Mm-hmm.
when especially when people pass on, and you just want that opportunity to be like, "Dag, if I had one more time to talk to him, or I'm talk,
Mm-hmm.
or for, if you talking to him in the afterlife, and you like, okay, I wonder if they can hear me, or you find yourself talking to them, like
Mm-hmm.
in the spiritual world, and if you could like respond, like in the afterlife, you could respond to me like, but I hear you,
Mm-hmm.
or I just want to say XYZ, yeah,
Mm-hmm. I would
I
send it as a song.
really,
I would send it as a song. Um, something that can be repeated, something that, so that mean it would be like a lengthy message. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Um, but
right.
yeah, it's something that could also be shared,
Mm-hmm.
um, what I mean, like a stamp that I could leave on the world, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I would send back. That's what I would do.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to have that option, to do that.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
our next what if is, so what if you were allowed to choose one thing to be reincarnated into? What would you choose?
Mm. Mm.
I know, right? Those things make you go,
I went through a couple of thoughts.
what's that?
You know, it was like, something, little light and beautiful like a butterfly. But
Okay.
then it was like, or something that lives for a really long time, like a great blue whale or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. I didn't know
Because
about that. Okay.
yeah, like they live a long time.
You okay?
Um,
Okay.
yeah, what I mean, have these great lives, and it's like, well, I can't say have a great life. You know what I mean? It's in the ocean.
Uh,
But yeah, but maybe something like that, what I mean, that, like lives a long time, and like, like, I mean, what can kill it? Like what can kill a blue whale?
I know that's interesting. That's
You know what I
interesting.
mean? Because they like the largest, I don't know, is it the largest animal on the planet?
Oh, I mean, they could be as large as like a boat or a ship. They can get really big.
Mm-hmm.
They can.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Interesting. You be
Yeah.
in the water, just living your life,
Going wherever I want. I
whatever.
mean, so like the
Mm,
ocean is so vast.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like in my human form, I'm quite afraid of the ocean. I must
Okay,
admit. The
you are.
ocean scares the
Okay.
shit out of me
Uh,
because it's like it's so huge. It's
yeah.
so huge.
Yeah,
You
it is.
know?
It is. I totally resonate with that because I always think about like the water being scarier to me than like fire or anything else, because
Right.
once water gets a hold of you, it could just suck you right away, and it could be a wrap. You know what I'm
And
saying?
we so tiny.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like it could really like overcome you, right? So
Hmm.
I so definitely agree with the fact of like being like scared of water. That's why when I go to the beach, I tiptoe. I stand where it can like come to my knees,
And that's
no
it.
higher. Because
No higher.
if it's going up, then I'm like, because if I lose my balance, I'm down for the count. So
Exactly. When I be seeing people out and I'm like that water hitting them all the way up there, I'll be like, yo, you brave.
you brave,
You
you brave.
brave. Yes,
Woo.
I clap my hands to you. I'm gonna stay right here next to the sand.
That part, yeah. It gets
I'll
scary.
be like, I'm too little for the ocean.
That part.
You
Listen,
know, you're
listen.
right.
Now I have literally, and what I don't like is like when you like walking on the beach, and it feel like it's level, right? And then you say, okay, you start to go a little bit more, and then it does that dip. I've had it where it dipped, and next you know it's up to my neck.
Oh
I'm like,
my.
oh my God.
Yes.
I'm like, oh,
Instant panic.
time
Instant
to go,
panic.
time to go, time to go. I've
I was like,
literally
I
had
don't
that
have no
happen.
control. Instant panic. I'll be like, ah, they gonna be like, Janae, stand up. I'm like, get me out of here.
Like I can't. Like I do not like when that happens. That's why I'm always literally about when I'm going into the water, because you never know. Like it could literally be flat and then just automatically like take a dip, and that's you've. It's like whoo, and it for me like not being able to like swim. Like I could probably flap and survive, but being
Yeah.
able to swim, no, yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely scary.
I'm cracking up, Mika, because you said I could probably flap and survive. Like, that should make you go under faster.
When you flapping, I'm crying. So that was that funny story. Remember how we talked about I almost drowned in like 3 feet of water?
Yes.
Remember that story? Oh my God. That was the worst. That was the worst. And
Yes.
I was doing that whole woo, you know what I mean?
Trying
Like
to doggy paddle.
like a that child. Like I'm literally like really like drowning in like 3 feet of water. But
Oh
they
my
they
God.
said you can. Like you could drown in like a foot of water. Like but I mean, that was me, like, trying to do the most, dumped
Yeah.
up there in the water. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Oh my God, I don't want to go out like this. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm like flapping for dear life, child. And then this overwhelming feeling said, well, at least if somebody can see your head, they'll know you're struggling and you about to drown, right? So
Yeah.
was like, girl, just stand up. At least pop your head in the water. I stood up
Yeah.
on 2 feet, like, what? Look, hair dripping, eyes fully covered, and I told you I heard all this cackling behind me, right?
Yes.
I was like, I'm sitting here dying. I'm about to drown, and somebody laughing. And I'm like, people are so evil, so
Oh my
evil.
gosh.
Keep laughing around. People are
Yes.
evil,
But
right?
that's why,
And I
I have to learn how to at least float. And I only know how to float on my back. So I know how to like, back swim a little bit. You know what I mean? I can float and
mhm.
because it's like, which, just like just keeping your chest, what I mean? It's like but it takes vulnerability. You gotta be really vulnerable to just kind of like, lay back in the
Just
water
lay back and
and
let the
lift your
water.
legs. And it's like you can just kind of float. So I figure if I'm in the ocean and that happens, that's what I'll do. I'll be a floating ass, just floating the whole time. Like not, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be just out there. Yo, a shark is gonna eat me. That same blue whale I'm talking about will be the one.
Want to eat you?
That
I'm
was
crying. I'm crying.
because I'll just be there looking like food.
Like food, y'all. They're like, oh, look at that on the platter. Oh my goodness, on a nice platter. I'm crying. Yeah, but that was fun. I was like, and the captain and laughing, and I was like, I was almost died, and somebody
Oh,
laughing at me. But you know who it was laughing at me? Your nephew.
I thought you was gonna say Charlie.
It was Tonya cracking
Tony
up,
was laughing.
and he
He was
and
cracking
he
up.
walked over to me and he says, "Mom, all you had to do was stand up. It's only 3 feet of water."
I've been laughing too. I'm sorry.
Cracking up. I was like, I was drenched from head to toe, like literally, because I was fighting for my life, like literally. I didn't know it was only 3 feet of water. All I know is
Mhm.
I can't swim, and I dunked all the way to the bottom, and
Yeah.
I was like literally fighting for my life, and he was cracking up, laughing at me, and he was like,
Yes.
all you had to do was stand up."
Uh-huh.
So I go. So I make my way out of the water, and I go to your brother-in-law, and he can see me like I look so distressed because I was like dripping wet, and he was like,
Baby, what
"What?"
happened?
He's like, "What happened? What happened?" And I was like, "I almost drowned." And he was like, "That's it. You're not allowed to be in the water by yourself no more. Go to the
Go have several seats right now.
go have several seats." But that's always been our running joke about how I almost drowned in 3 feet of water.
That was hilarious.
You also fucking laughing at me. Yes, that is
Yes.
the story that has followed me forever. Yes, out of Tonio still in here. He remembered. I'm sure he remembered that story quite well. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But
Mm-mm.
but I was thinking that if I could be reincarnated into one thing, I would probably want to be. A bird. Because I would want to always land like where loved ones are with someone that and just sit there and
Oh,
sing and toot toot toot, let you know I'm here. I'm here. You know, I would do like this little special thing to let you know it's me all the
that is
time.
so
Yeah.
beautiful.
I would love to do that. Like you every time you
Yes.
come around, I would just show up.
Yeah, be
I'll be right
outside the
there.
windows.
I'll be right there and be like, hey, I see you. How you doing? Have a good day. You
Yes.
know,
I love
I,
it.
I would have this signature thing that I would do just to let you
Yes.
know that it's me. So the
Hmm.
next what if is so what if you could get a glimpse of the afterlife? Like what would you want to know what happens like when you pass on? Like if you could get a glimpse, like what would you want to know?
Hmm. Um, yeah, I guess like, where they all at,
Yeah.
where they all at. You know what I'm saying? Is, like just what is like out there, what it looks like, what it feels like. Yeah, who I would see, how far back can you go? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? In the realm of ancestors, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Uh,
Yeah. That
yeah.
would be cool to, see like, great, 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 greats and
Yeah.
stuff, and be able
Yeah.
to like speak with them and,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
and not that we can't, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But it's like, but to be able to, you know, what I mean, if that was possible, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because you know how, like, I don't know who our great grandmothers are, you know what I mean? Like, is mom and then Grandma Thelma and then great grandma. You remember
Yep.
Grandma Thelma's name?
Grandma,
Grandma Thelma's mother?
Grandma Swindell was Grandma Thelma's mom.
Swindell, what was her first name?
I don't remember. I always remember it was Grandma Swindell.
Was it like Ida or something like
I
that?
think so. I think so. I just went though. Yes, 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 yes. God, we was
Yeah.
so young when she passed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow.
Cause
Wow.
Uncle Ty has shown me a photo, but like we don't know who her mother was.
Exactly.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like I would like to, cause I know a lot about my dad's side,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I barely know anything about mommy's side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like that. That would be really interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, because like our mitochondria DNA passes down from mother to daughter. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And so that's why I'm like, it's cool that I know, my dad's side, like, and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
mommy, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The mitochondria DNA and being able to, connect with those women and, what I mean, maybe hear their stories and kind of
Yeah.
know more about that. I would love that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Yep. Being able to connect, just get one glimpse of what the effort like.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One glimpse of like the history, like I said, just that, yeah, see how far back it goes. And
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I
yeah.
know that would be interesting, right?
Yeah, I'm right. See, now I'm thinking like, man, I need to do one of them DNA ancestry type things.
Right. 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 Right.
Hmm.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah, really get the history.
Yeah, that's one of those things that make you go,
Mm.
yes, what
Yep.
is, right?
Yep.
So now my next hypothetical is, so what if you knew tomorrow's news before it happened?
Mm.
If you knew tomorrow's news before it actually happened.
Want to play the lottery? And the lottery.
That part, that
I'll be
part.
like, so those numbers are
Number's gonna be,
yes. And I'm gonna tell you so you can play. I'm gonna tell Tara like we all coming up.
all coming up. We all gonna be on our come up. Yes.
Yes.
That would be awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Woo! Yes, honey. I would love, love, love that. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes to, what if you actually won the lottery? What?
Mm. You play the name.
Don't play with me, right? Don't threaten me with it.
Invest, buy property,
Okay.
give a bunch of it away.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love my people, my people, my people.
Your people, your
Yeah.
people.
I
Yes,
be
yes.
thinking about that, because I really, like, I say that sometimes. I'll be like, man, like, if I come into the money, a lot of money, or, things happen for me the way that I be, the way that I wish and pray and manifest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I mean? It's sharing. I'm gonna be sharing the abundance. But, I
Mm-hmm.
say, we all coming up.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always
Yeah.
the topic with me and Charlie. We talk about like what we won the lottery, like what we do. I think my first thing I would definitely retire. I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely invest in
Right.
property, because you want to like be able to create those residuals and stuff. I would
Exactly.
definitely help family, like pull them up
Mm-hmm.
with their come up or whatever, and
Right.
and and travel.
Yes.
But it would be that chain of events. Like I would have to be like, okay, I'm done with working,
Mm-hmm.
because I've been working for people my whole life, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And like you said, invest it because you want to keep seeing
Wanted to
your money
keep.
work for you, right?
Yes.
You want to keep
Mm-hmm.
working for you, right?
Yep.
And help and help families, like talk about how our parents got a mortgage, pay their house off,
Right.
take them
Mm-hmm.
out of debt, so they can live comfortably, just
Yes.
help and just share the fruits, like everybody be on their come up, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
love that. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. So God put in the universe. This is my plan if I won the lottery.
Yes.
Yes. This is
Right.
yes.
Yeah. I'll be like, I'm a good person. I'm
You
gonna
know it,
share
right?
that is gonna flow and help so many.
All right. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So yeah. Manifesting winning the lottery. Oh man.
Got to play to win.
Okay, that part.
And look, when the last time you
Yeah.
played?
I haven't. I'm
Me
gonna be honest. I
neither.
have not. That is your brother-in-law's thing.
Hmm.
Like he has these aspirations of hitting the lottery one day. So
Yeah.
he definitely plays
Hmm.
because he has the same goals that I do to officially,
Yeah.
he retired and went back to work. He just life is
Hmm.
living. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
sometimes when you retire, you're like, and I've seen it happen to so many people. Like they retire because they've gotten the age and time in to do it. Then it's like once you
Hmm.
okay, all right, life is still life. Now I got to go out here and pick up a second
Go
gig or
back
something
to
like
work.
that just
Right.
to sustain. Because
Yeah.
sometimes retirement is not, I mean, it helps, but it don't help you with that comfortable life that you really want to live. It doesn't really
Exactly.
afford you the opportunities. It affords you to have that freedom of not punching a time clock, and you
Yeah.
make it like pay your bills, but what about the extra things that you want to do? You
Right.
know,
Right. It seems like that retirement money be like the bare minimum.
it'd be the bare minimum. It'd be
It's
the
like
bare.
it's like survival money,
So it's,
but not thriving money.
it's not thriving, it's surviving.
Right.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
love that. I
Mhm.
love that. Like you said, all right, it'll pay your bills. Okay. It,
Mhm.
it might put a little bit of food on your table, but what about them extra things? So if
Right.
all your life as retirement just consists of you just living and paying bills, that's the whole
Right.
point of retirement, is for you to be able
Mhm.
to live,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so we talk about
Mhm.
that a lot, or just being able to retire, have financial freedom, being able to like live life.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he definitely has aspirations of winning the lottery one day. Um,
Yeah.
so now the next question is, what if you woke up and could speak in a totally different language?
Hmm. I would want to go to that country. I was
Ah,
so drawn to that country. Like, what language
see,
is it? Is it Spanish or French
any
or
any language,
Mandarin?
totally different
Or is
language.
it Yoruba?
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? Next, I'll be like, yo, I gotta go. I gotta go connect with these people.
you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing.
Hmm.
I just woke up and all of a sudden I could speak a different language. What?
Can you still
Child,
speak your own language too? Can you still speak
speak your own
English?
language. Yep, speak a totally different language, right? Man,
Mm.
I low key want to go. Would love to learn like Mandarin, or
Mm-hmm.
you know like Taiwanese or something. Something like that. Because I'm
Mm.
around with people a lot, and I would love to know what they be saying.
Wow.
Be like, what are you saying?
Like,
Okay.
you're talking about me.
You talk about me. Cause I always feel that way. Like, especially like when you go, because just be honest, when you go into
Uh-huh.
a lot of like you do nail salons and stuff like that, it's mostly them people, right? Different type of
Mhm.
ethnicities that are like doing your nails that have the businesses. And I always feel
Mhm.
that they'll talk to you in like English because that is your second language, but they do a lot of talking in their first language. And
Mhm.
say something, ask a question, it's always that conversation that's happening, but it's happening like you don't know what they're saying, but they know each other saying. Then it'd be like the little the little giggles and stuff. I was like, I know you.
Yes.
Oh, you speak
Mhm.
about that person, but if you know you can't understand. But I would just love to mess their head up one day, be like, "Oh, really? That's how you feel?" Just
Right.
mess their head wide open. And
Mhm.
a true funny story. Like some years ago, it was a young lady that was very fluent in like Spanish. So she had ended up having an incident one
Mhm.
day. I think I'm trying to figure out where she was. She was in a restaurant or something. But apparently, it was a lot of like Spanish speaking family members that were there,
Mhm.
and some kind of conversation transpired. It transpired in English, but then the Spanish speaking family members started speaking in Spanish in their native language. So
Mhm.
the young lady says she's sitting there, she's listening, like she act like that like she didn't know what they were saying. So she let them go ahead and go through the whole conversation. And then she sit there and said everything back to the verbatim. Like that. And
Wow.
she said the look in their face was like somebody like they just saw a ghost. She was like, see,
Mhm.
be careful what you say because you don't know if somebody knows that language. So
That's right.
they were talking about her in Spanish and they thought she didn't know.
Wow. Mhm.
So she responded to something that they said in Spanish, and she said the lady looked like she saw a ghost.
Wow.
She was like, see, be careful what you're saying. Everything because you're
Yeah.
speaking in your native tongue that nobody don't
Mhm.
understand it.
Mhm.
You know?
Yes.
Woo!
Mhm.
Oh yeah. So that was the one of those.
That reminded me of you remember on the movie Rush Hour
Yes, yes,
with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, and
yes,
he was like,
yes.
"What? You can speak English all the time?"
Playing like he ain't know
Mhm.
and understand.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So our next hypothetical is: so what if you could fall asleep on command?
Like you might just like at night, like when I'm tired, I just be like, "All right, time to go to bed, time to sleep, just
Whenever,
fall asleep."
whenever, just fall asleep. Just be like,
That would be
I'm falling
nice.
asleep. That would be
I'm taking
awesome,
a
wouldn't
nap.
it? Woo!
Yes.
Listen,
Mhm.
don't threaten me.
Right.
Especially
Just
those
for a good
times when
time.
uh, especially them times when I'm like super tired. I'm like, oh my god, I can't see. I would love to be able to fall asleep on command. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Out. Peace out.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the way, like, I feel like I kind of learned how to a little bit. It was like when I was in
Really?
the hospital
Mm.
and I was watching this, this thing. I was in a lot of pain. This is after having a C-section.
Okay.
And so it wasn't that many stations, but I put on, it was like this relaxing music thing. And it was saying how it was just telling you how to relax, like I said, because I was in a lot of pain. I didn't want to have like the morphine and stuff. And, I was
Yeah.
worried about getting addicted to the drugs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so just like I said, just trying to deal with it. And it was saying, the video was saying like what's that? Tighten your muscles and then release them. And it
Okay.
was saying like to start like at your feet, you know what I mean? Or like
Mm.
start with like your legs, tighten your legs and then release, you know what I mean? Your torso, tighten it all up and release, kind of thing.
Mm.
And it was this like way of, I guess, like kind of, it was like this body assessment, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Cause I had never done anything like that before, you
Mm.
know.
Mm.
But when I was doing it, I was realizing it seemed like I was just like taking control of like different parts of my body, you know what I mean? Being like, all right, now, like tighten up your arms and then like release it, tighten everything and then release it.
Mm.
And
Mm.
you know what I mean? And feeling like that tension and release. And then and it was like, doing it like with the breath, too. So it was like this breathing kind of exercise with the tighten and release kind of thing. And I noticed it, I felt like I put myself to sleep. Like it taught me how to relax my body. And yeah,
Nice.
so I still do that sometime. And that's kind of what I incorporate into like the meditation piece
Okay.
that I'm kind of doing,
Okay.
but yeah. So it's
Okay.
like, yeah. I feel like it definitely it helps, to like relax yourself to where you can go to sleep.
Ooh, love that. Love that. I'm gonna have to
Mhm.
try that heat. Because honey,
Mhm.
the struggle be real. When I just want to go sleep and can't, I would love to be able to just be like, okay, all right, there it
Yeah.
is. I'm out. So my,
Mhm.
my next hypothetical is, what if you could control the weather
Mm. It would be beautiful and sunny all the time. We would never get no
all
rain.
all the time? All the time. I
Y'all would
would
have to come and be like Janae, goddess Janae of the weather. Please give us some rain.
okay.
And
Okay.
I'll be
Okay.
like, all right, I'll let it rain today.
Girl, I wish I could. Girl, like you said, it
Yes.
would be nice all the time. Wouldn't be no snow, wouldn't be no cold weather.
No. Right. Just
Auntie,
beautiful weather.
it's beautiful weather all the time. I wish I could.
They be like, it never rains in Janae land.
That part. That part. We don't ever get no snow. We don't ever go past a certain temperature. Child, I wish.
Right.
Wish. I would absolutely love that. Love,
Yes.
love, love that.
Let's get a little drizzle sometime just so we can have rainbows. Yeah.
I said, like pick and choose. Pick and choose.
Yeah.
Weather to be like, okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but when you love, come can you imagine having that control in the palm of your hands? Just picking and
Mm,
choosing what you want to see for that day.
right.
That would be amazing. That would be
How
amazing.
about that?
God, I
Yeah.
would love that. Love that. So
Mhm.
the next one was, what if you had to pick one food to eat every day for the rest of your life? What would it be?
Uh, so I want to say fruit, but I know you probably mean more specifically. So it
One
might have to be like watermelon.
watermelon, like you're having now, to eat every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, could I
Woo!
get tired of having watermelon? Be like, dang, I wish this was a mango. Arr. I don't
That's all you can eat for the rest of your life is watermelon. If you had to
It's
pick one
watermelon.
day for the rest of your life,
Hmm.
yeah. Um,
What about you?
for me, it would probably be salmon. I love salmon so much.
I love
I'll,
salmon
I
too.
probably could eat salmon every day.
Hmm.
Wouldn't get tired of it. Every day for the rest of my life. I could do that. I could do that. What's you eating today? Salmon. What's on
Uh-huh.
tomorrow? Salmon.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Cause I feel like my summers be like that though. I mean, like, well, with the watermelon, like I be waiting for watermelon season so I can just have watermelon.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
should see. All right, let me show you what I'm. Like I just cut it.
Ryan, Ryan,
This is what I'm eating right now.
Ryan.
Just go to
Hello,
town.
event yours. Thank you for coming in. Happy Sunday. I'm Ryan. Not you having a whole.
Yeah, I just cut it, crack it open, and that's my bowl.
I was not expecting that. I'm crying. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
thank you for coming
gosh.
in, event yours. I hope you're having a great day and a great weekend so far.
Yeah.
What's with the watermelon? I know, right? Look, you threw me off guard with the watermelon. I'm crying because
Yes.
our question was, what if you had to pick one food to eat every day for the rest
Eat
of your
every
life?
day.
And she was saying watermelon, and she pulled out this whole half of watermelon. I'm not cracking up laughing. I mean, so I guess it's solidified. He said she seen her
Yes.
like that when she was pregnant. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yes. Yes.
You had to
Had
have
to
it
have
every
it
day.
every day.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
So, if it yours, if you only had a choice to eat that one thing every day, would that be your choice to eat it every day
Hmm.
for the rest of your life? Would you eat it every day?
Hmm.
Because Janae
Mm.
said that's what she would eat every day. if she only had one thing she could eat every day for the rest.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
if it was a second thing, I would definitely say mangoes, man. Like I done had
mangoes.
Yeah, I done had some mangoes that be so delicious. It'd be like you can't eat it fast enough. You know what I mean? It'd be like just tearing that joint up. Look, mango juice everywhere.
Mangoes do
And
everywhere.
yes, mango pulp
I'm
just
crying. I'm
tearing it
crying.
up. My gosh. See, I need to move to the Caribbean
And
where I
then,
can have me some.
it's so much in abundance. It's so much in
Where I,
abundance.
you know what I'm saying? I have my beautiful weather. But
Hmm.
the Caribbean be scaring me though because they be having them hurricanes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that'd be what worries me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, or Florida. I could do Florida.
Did you Florida? Florida got hurricanes too, though. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they
But
do.
you know,
And
get like
I
towards
see
the middle, be towards the
yeah,
middle top.
the
You know what
middle
I'm saying?
top,
Where you
right?
can like escape,
Yes.
easily
Yes.
too.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
not too close to
Not
the
too close to the
border.
right. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like
Right.
if you
But
had lived in
still
Florida, it would be like on top. Like I know Orlando doesn't get a lot of hurricanes because they're not close to the shoreline. Like places
right.
right. Right.
Yeah, but like Tampa would get a lot. And
Tampa, yes.
Miami.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right by the
Like you
border.
say,
Right
yeah,
by
I'd
the
rather be in like Orlando. You know, I still
mhm.
get some nice, good, warm weather and still get some good fruit every day. Cause like I want to just be where I can have coconut water every day.
Oh yes, love that. Love that. Love that.
Yeah. I
I
wouldn't even
think
drink regular water no more.
oh my god, oh my god! I'm trying to think. Where was I at that I had a coconut water, and it made me totally fall in love with coconut water.
Was it
Oh
when
my!
you went to Jamaica?
I think was it Jamaica? I think it was the Bahamas that made
Oh,
me fall
okay.
in love with a good coconut water.
Mm-hmm.
That made me fall in because
Yeah.
I think Bengals were big in Jamaica. But I've never
Okay.
been like a big mango person. I feel like though recently I tried like a big mango cocktail that was just all full of like rounded mango. Like they call it a mango cocktail and they literally like blended all these mangoes, fresh mangoes together. And
Mm.
it was pretty good because I'm not a big mango person, but I did enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I
Uh,
was in Haiti, I had this mango. My gosh. I was like, I wanted to bring the seed home to
I'm
try to
crying.
plant some more of those. It was
What?
so good. Yeah, that's probably where I had the best mango I ever had.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I will only get it like if I get like a what do you call it? Like a fruit cocktail, like exact like the tropical fruits. I might get some mango mixed in or something like that, or I like to put it like
Yeah.
in a smoothie. But like to sit there and like eat it as a fruit, I find it a little
Mm-hmm.
difficult to do that part.
Okay.
Yeah, but if
I
it's
hear
just like
you.
mixed with something, I can do it. I can do it.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Um, let's go to our next question, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
what if you could only say 10 words a day? What would you say?
Only 10?
Only 10, honey. Only 10. What if you could only say 10 words a day? Oh my God. Girl?
You know what's so funny? That reminds me of there's this movie, I think it was with Eddie Murphy, and it
Uh-huh.
was a tree. And it was
Uh-huh.
like, it might be called like 1,000 words or something. But
Oh my goodness.
it's a movie, and like I said, it's a tree, and every time he speak a word, it was another leaf would fall.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
it was getting down. I think like once it got down to like if it got all the way down to like the last leaf, that would mean like the end of him. You know, he wouldn't be able to.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
And it
Wow.
was something that he had to do like before. I remember this movie, but that's hilarious. I remember it's like he had got down. And it was like the last few leaves or something, and he was just every word he said. Yeah. I can't even remember how it ended. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm here.
no.
Hi. Hi, baby. I see how you here. Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But
But can you imagine
wow.
only be able to say 10 words a day? Oh my God.
I would have to think very thoroughly about those 10 words. It would be one might be like hungry. You know what I'm saying? You know, hungry. I wouldn't even say I love you. I just say love. It'd be like I'll be doing this right here, like
or doing the word like
yes. I would have to learn sign language. Speak up for me. Tell me again. I would have to definitely learn sign language. That's crazy. I talk too much, child. You said 10 words. I was like, what? I'm gonna pass
only
out.
I would like you said I would definitely have to like re up like I learned sign language like years and years ago, right? I still
Yeah.
can say my name and sign language stuff, but like yeah. And
Mhm.
I can do the alphabet in sign language and I can do my name in sign language, but I would
Yeah.
definitely like tighten up my language skills. Yes.
Yeah.
Child, that would be
Yeah.
tough, girl. Especially like I said, when your whole life is talking and your career is talking, child. Please,
Yes.
that would be tough. That would be tough.
Very. That would
And
be extremely tough.
and with it, and the next question is: so, what if you could say one thing to the entire world? One thing. What would you say to the entire world if you could say one thing?
Mm. Wow. One
Mm-hmm.
thing to the entire world.
One thing.
I don't know. It would definitely be like a message about like, peace. A
Yes.
message about peace and kindness and,
Connection.
loving one another.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I mean,
Hmm.
what other thing would you want to say?
Right,
But
right. What else do you want them
the
to
way
know?
things are going in this world, and so much hatred, and whew,
Mm-hmm.
man, yeah, yeah. If I
Mm-hmm.
could say one thing to this whole entire world, everybody here,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes, be
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, like all this wickedness and this evilness and killing each other and stabbing each other in the back, honey. That needs to
Mm-hmm.
stop. That needs to stop. That's the problem. It's too much division. Too much division in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Too much division.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So my next question was: so what if you was mistaken for a celebrity and expected to do their job?
Right. Give me the microphone. Go on and put me on stage now. Where are we going? Is it acting? Is it singing? Is it playing? What?
I'm crying.
As I said, they would eventually have to send me home on their own. They would have to figure it out. Because I'll be up there like, okay, take one, take two. Microphone check, microphone checker.
That's right.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Hey, where's my wardrobe? Like,
Exactly.
make sure my music
Wardrobe.
is right.
Where's my trailer?
Child. Oh my god.
I'm
That
gonna be
would
like,
be
all right, look, that is not Cardi B. Then they'd be like, look, get her out of here. That is not Nina
out of here.
Simone.
Oh
Wait, what's the girl? Who they used to tell me I look like? Nia Long.
man.
I used to hear that. Nia Long, especially when I was like, when my hair was straight and I remember having a bob. I
Yes.
heard it like 3 times. You know what I mean? Different people. Nia Long. Who else? I remember when my hair was long and it was always like that one
That
eye
little
cover.
swoop.
I remember this
Yes.
guy used to
Yes.
call me Aaliyah all the
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I used to be like, and was it because I was like, no, like I'm Janae, and he was like, yeah, like I'm shitting on you or something by calling you Aaliyah, and I
I'm
was like, it ain't
crying.
that, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she looked like me.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
But nah, that was a huge compliment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but that's funny. I don't know like anybody that I could like pass for that I would look like that somebody would mistake me for that I could actually try to get away with it.
I can't get away, right? Exactly. I'm
Right.
crying. I'm crying. Oh man.
Yeah.
I've got a mistake for what's her name? The comedian lady. Her name escapes me, but I've heard it so many times. Oh my god! Like you could pass for when her name comes to me, I'll tell you. But the comedian lady, I've got mistaken
Wow.
for her a lot. I've got mistaken for her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I think of her name, I'll tell you her name. But yeah,
Hmm.
but she
Who else?
um,
Kim Fields. I think or like Kim Fields' little sister. I've been told that. Does
okay.
Kim Fields have a little sister? I know she got some sisters. I don't know if it's a younger one.
That's a
Um
question. That's a great question.
and what's the other one? From Martin. That's a
Oh,
shame that her
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell.
I've
Okay.
heard that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you
Yeah,
could
I guess
get away with a lot. You could get away with a lot of a celebrity.
Mhm.
People could really mistake you for a celebrity, but you got
Mhm.
ready to do their job
Put,
though.
put a wig on.
Right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You could definitely pass for a lot of celebrities. That would be
That is
hilarious. I would
crazy.
be on the floor if that
Girl,
ever
me
happened.
too.
Be on the floor. Child. Girls, that's funny.
Uh-huh.
So our next what if is, so what if you could fly?
If I could fly,
Fly, honey, if you could fly.
Lord of mercy, I would be everywhere.
Girl, that part.
I would be everywhere. It'd be like, where in the world is Janae now?
Where, girl, tell me about it. Child, I wish I
Mhm.
could. I wish
Yes.
I could. Honey,
Yes.
don't have to worry about no cars, no child. I would be teleported everywhere. Like, okay,
Yes.
there you go. I'll just be showing up random places. Girl,
Uh-huh.
would
And
love it.
I would want to keep it secret though, because I would be afraid of becoming an experiment.
Right, that part. That part.
Right, because because you know how folks be like, they be like, "What? You can fly? Catch her!"
Catcher, right, right. Then
Yeah,
they lock you in this
catch her.
box. They'll be like, we gotta pick and pry and find out what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they be taking my blood.
your
Want to
blood.
find out
Child.
what's
Try
making
to
me fly?
reinvent you. Try to reinvent
Exactly. Oh, you can fly now. We all gonna be fly.
that part. Part. That part. Oh, Ryan.
Mm-mm.
The next one is, so what if you could win a lifetime supply of one product? What would it be? A lifetime supply of one product.
Not money.
Child, gotta be a
No.
supply.
Oh, if I could get a
One product.
lifetime supply,
One
I would
product.
want it to be something that I can sell.
Something you
Because
can
that
sell.
way, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just flowing to me as, universe is just dropping it in my hand. I got a lifetime supply of it. So I would sell it.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So that
mm.
I can, get money off of it.
Money off of
That
right.
lifetime supply. What would I
Lifetime
want
supply.
though?
I know. That's a great
Hmm.
question.
A lifetime supply
Love
of
it. Man, that's a good question.
right. What would you want a lifetime supply of?
No, I know, girl. This is making me think. Like, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. I appreciate everybody for being here for our sister talk. So we're talking to what if, like hypothetical conversation questions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So what would I want a lifetime supply of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, it would definitely have to be something that I could sell that nobody like I guess it would be something that people are hard it's hard to get, or you have to always get it, and it's like, a pain in the hiney to get all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it. I'll give it to you at a discount rate or something like that.
Right, right. It's like I got a warehouse load
I
of
got
it.
a whole warehouse of it, right?
Yeah.
That is a great I know it really makes you think, like, what would you want?
Yeah, what would I
What would you
want?
what I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lifestyle supply. Whew, yeah, so that's something I got to think about.
Gotta think about that one.
Think about that.
That, like that, that's one that make you say, hmm.
And you say, exactly.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So our next question was, so what if you received a message that read, "Come find me, you know who."
I'm gonna need another clue. Because
Right.
it's like, come find you where? Where
Come
do I
find
even
you where?
start?
Yep, you know who. Who?
Hmm.
Like, who you talking about?
Hmm.
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 Right.
I'll be like, hmm.
Hmm. Come
I'm gonna be like
find
that.
me. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yeah. I don't know. If I got messages like that, honey, I will have to be like, I'm gonna have to ignore it because I don't know who it's come from. That could be from anybody. It could be from anybody.
You don't think that Charlie gonna be like, you ain't see my message?
That's the thing, right? Hello, hello. Thank you for coming in. That's the thing. Like I already like ignore messages or phone calls. Like if I don't know you, because there's so many creeps out here. There's so much stuff
True,
happening out here. It's like, no, you're not
true.
about to pull me up in nothing.
I know that's
Okay.
right.
Right. Like I'm like, if you trying it on me, you got the wrong one because I'm not gonna respond to it. I might hit the
Yes.
button. Like, you don't, girl, don't play like that. I'm not that
Right.
one.
Like you
I am
said,
not
don't
that
play
one.
them games. I don't
I'm
like
playing
surprises.
games. So I'll be like, well, baby, you already knew, so you shouldn't have did it that way. I don't know what to
Exactly.
tell
Be
you.
like, you ain't know me by now. You know I
You know
wasn't
me
going for
that
that.
now. You already knew I wasn't gonna respond to that. So why'd you even go there?
Yeah.
So yeah. So for me, it would be an automatic. No.
I
I'm,
hear that.
no, no, no.
hmm
Woo. So
For real.
I don't play those type of games.
I
They
hear
about to,
that.
about to ship, about to be in taking us. No, I'm okay. No, I'm okay.
hmm
Okay. So
Yes.
the next hypothetical. So like, what if you could host your own talk show?
Oh, I
Yeah.
said yes. Be
Yeah.
like, yes, let's do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Honey,
I feel like
don't
this is like
threaten
what you're
me
doing
with a
right
good
now.
time. Do not threaten me with a good time. Girl,
Yes.
could you
Yes.
imagine? Could you imagine?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. This feels a
honey.
lot like it right now.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Listen, I'm like, where do
Yep. All
I
we
sign
need
up?
is a studio.
Right? Like where do I start? Where do I start? Like,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes,
Yes.
yes. Yes, I would absolutely love that.
Mhm.
Woo. So
Yes.
the next one was so what if you were hired to be a tester for one product? What would you want to be a tester for? Tester for
What?
one product.
So I had thought of like a beauty product, but
Mm,
but I don't want to be no guinea pig and then my skin breaking out.
that part.
So
Mm, mm,
I don't know. That's interesting.
mm-hmm. A tester for
Yeah,
one.
a tester for one product.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
I know that's a good question. What would I want
hmm.
to be a tester of?
Maybe some sneakers or something.
You know,
You
but
know.
the first thing that came to mind for me is maybe a pair of shoes. Like try the shoes on and say,
Hmm.
what these shoes look like. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
You know.
But look, so somebody in the thing talking about the stomach. Now I wouldn't mind being a tester for something. You know how like they wear them things to, like help your stomach be flat.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The waist trainers and
You
stuff.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Something that's non-evasive. You know what I
right. Right.
mean?
Right.
That ain't going, that shouldn't cause no harm or something, but be like, all right, try this and see if it actually work, kind of
Mm-hmm,
thing. Something
mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
You know
something
what I mean?
that.
Something a hair growth product or something that's
Ah,
all natural. Be
right,
like,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like so
yeah.
if it don't work, no, no harm done. If it
Ah,
works, then yay.
hey, exactly. Yeah, no experimental stuff. Like, don't be having
No.
the special pills. See what it do. No, I'm okay.
No. Nothing internal.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So the next
Mhm.
hypothetical is so. What if a stranger approached you and whispered, "You are the chosen"?
I'm gonna be a little freaked out. But also it's just gonna be like, all right, like I'm gonna keep on walking, but it depends on the day because I might be like, all right, I know, like, all right, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, get away from me with that.
I know. Be like, okay,
Yeah,
okay, creepy.
yeah, creepy. Like, I'm gonna be like, all right, thank you.
Like,
Like,
okay.
you back out. Like, oh, about to get an elbow over here. Walking up on me like that, whispering.
Riot. Yes, child. I'll be like, okay, now get away from me.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Yeah, I would be creeped out. I would be creeped out.
Mhm.
I would definitely be creeped out. Somebody walked up and whispered that to me. Yes. Whew. I would definitely be
Very
creeped out.
recently in the market, this guy is behind me, and I turned back around to go get a cart, and I just hear him say, like, I'm a cancer. And I'm like, huh? Like, you talking to me? You
Uh-huh,
know?
uh-huh. Oh
And so,
God.
and he's smiling, he kind of stopped, like he's like analyzing something. And I keep on going, I go get my cart. But I swear it's like he was like just kind of hanging around every section I was in. And
What?
then he finally came over and talked because I be singing and stuff,
Right. Right. Right.
and every time I looked over, he was like there, and I'm like, yo, like, all right, like, what's up?
What's
You know
up?
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What's up? You keep on,
Being a
but
creep.
yeah, he was just, I don't know, he just seemed mesmerized or something.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
was definitely weird. It
I'm
was like, all right, dude, like you
of course.
being, you know what I'm saying? Like you being a little creepy right now. You know, like just go ahead and say what you want to say. Don't be you following me around, you lingering in the
Child.
sections and stuff. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's like people definitely be on some weird stuff.
They do be on some weird stuff. They
Yeah,
definitely do.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Nah, I'm okay.
I wasn't sure if it was. I wasn't sure if it was like kind of sweet or not. You know what I mean? It
Hmm.
was like, all right, like this kind of sweet. It's kind of cute. You know what I mean? He watching me, he checking me out, but at the
Hmm.
same time, it's like, yo, like he's watching me. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go ahead and say something if you're gonna say it. Like, you lingering with this. You seeming like a creep.
I know. Child. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely be creeped out.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
So this is another funny question. So what if all the computers just suddenly stop working in this world?
Wow.
Just suddenly stop working. Like,
It'll seem like the end of days. Cause I
well,
just think people will lose their mind.
lose their mind. Like
I
literally.
would be nervous. It's a movie like that too. I forget the name of it. Where it's like all of that stuff, everything all shuts down. It's yep. I forget what it's called.
Mm,
Dang, I
yeah.
cannot remember it. But the Teslas in this movie was driving by themselves and they
Shut
was all
up.
trying to get like back to the factory, right? And so
Oh
they
my
was
god.
driving by themselves and they was all crashing. Like they just kept crashing into each other. Like they was just all lined up down the road that was like heading towards the factory. Yes, in this movie.
What?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
crazy. Like,
Yes.
yeah, watch too many sci-fi. I can't. I
I
can't.
told
That
that's
that
why I
gave
be
me a
like,
scary thought, right?
what? Uh-huh.
So, oh my
Yep.
god,
I
just
cannot remember the name of it, but like and these because it was a group of people. The guy he had let this family Airbnb his house, and he went to
okay,
go stay at his like apartment in the city. But
okay,
everything had shut down in the city, so he came back to his house. But the people was Airbnb-ing it; they was staying there. So he comes in and he's like, "Well, look, like I am the owner of this house. Like I need to come back home."
right.
And they didn't want to let him in, even though he's the owner, kind of thing. You
What?
know what I mean? And yeah, so it seemed like they was kind of afraid of each other.
Mm-hmm,
It
mm-hmm.
was like him and his daughter that said the family didn't believe that was his house because he's a black man. You know what I mean? And it was a really nice
Think
house,
I
like out in the
saw
country.
that. I saw it. I can't remember
Mhm.
what the name he was. I remember that now
Mhm.
because he was the black.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
Yep.
that.
And it was another white guy. He lived like kind of nearby, and he had a lot of supplies. And he didn't want to share his stuff.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember. I remember that. I
Yeah.
can't remember what the name of the movie was, but now I remember because I remember the black guy owning the house, and yes, I remember.
Yeah.
I got thinking, girl, like these questions have me thought provoking, child. But that's crazy. Like that could really happen, and it'd be like, oh, I think the world would literally shut down. The world would literally shut
Right.
down. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So the other one. So like, suppose you was working somewhere and your nemesis got hired at that same company.
Uh,
Ah, mm.
yeah, how do you handle that?
How
I'll
do
be
you handle that?
manifesting, have to be manifesting one of us going, either me or them.
Child.
Yeah, I
Mm.
would definitely try to like just maintain what I had going on. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And continue to work on my upgrade, you know. Yes. And try not to be
Child.
like wishing them out of there. You know what I mean? But
Girl. I
yeah.
can't. Yes. Yes. That's wild. That is wild. Yeah. Yeah. I would never want to be put in that situation ever.
Right.
Yeah. So the next one says, so what if you were told that your new boss was going to be a 10-year-old genius?
What?
Girl.
I'll be looking forward to meeting them
Yeah.
or
I
her.
know. Can you imagine though?
I'll be
Sister
looking
year
forward to
old, they be
meeting
like,
her.
okay, that's your new boss.
That is
What?
crazy. I'll be
Girl,
like,
I
this
don't
child
know.
is
I don't know. I
10.
don't know about that one. I don't know.
You're like, this
Mm.
child is 10 years
I'm
old.
10 years old, and my boss trying to tell me what to do. Child,
Uh-huh.
nah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
A
No.
10-year-old genius. I would be
10-year-old
curious
genius.
about sitting down and talking with this little genius, though.
I would love to talk to them, but I wouldn't want them to be my boss.
Telling you what to do.
What to do? No. I would definitely like to pick their brain, see what they know. But but you ain't about to tell me what to do. No. I can't. No.
I'll be like, you still required to have to call me. You got to call me Miss Henderson.
That part. You know what I'm saying? Love. No. Yeah, that would be awkward. That would be so awkward.
Yes.
Yeah. So and what if you could work from any space in the world? Where would you want to work? From any place in the world?
My bedroom. My bedroom.
Circle, yes, country. Listen, if I ain't had to get up out of the bed, sit there and just be working, yes, I would. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
People had that luxury too, that they just sit home at home, ain't gotta come out their clothes, be in their pajamas, and just sit there and work. Yeah. If I didn't have to get up every morning at 5:45 and go in, yes, I would be in heaven.
Yes.
So, and suppose you was at work and you can pick one perk to add to your compensation package. What perk would you pick?
Oh.
What perk would you pick?
You like to add something to like that retirement package or something? That's what I would do. Yeah, like add more money to that.
Girl, listen. Yeah. My perk would be every week or every other payback that I get an extra bonus.
Oh, I hear that. Add to that bonus money.
Monetary bonus. just for being me.
Yes.
Child, don't threaten me.
I hear that.
Don't threaten me, child.
Right. Look, pay me to exist.
Pay me to exist. Exactly. Yeah, sure. Yep. And I think this next one is that I can totally relate to is like, what if I never had to go to another working meeting?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my God. I would
feel good.
It would feel real good. I would love that. Oh my God. Because this my life consists of work meetings all the time. I would love to not do another one. That would be amazing. Amazing. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Then this other one says, so what if you found out that your coworkers all had read your teenage diary?
Ooh.
Child.
Probably not go to work for a couple days.
That part. I'm like, I'll be calling off. No.
Try to let that simmer down and let them change subjects before I go back to work.
Girl, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Walking all your coworkers to read your little teenage diary. Girl, I'll be mortified. Child.
Yes.
So, and what if you had to work with the clone of yourself?
Oh my gosh. I think I would kind of like it. Like I would think I would love her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like we would just get along so well. And every time we see each other, they'd be like, oh my God, like look at
Hey girl, hey.
Yes. Yeah, it might annoy everybody else around us, but
that's just another person, the same you, like right there. Oh, it'll be fun.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh my God, can I do your hair? Like we just gonna vibe out. We just gonna vibe.
Rock it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Yes, already knowing everything about her and stuff.
That part. Yes. Like girl,
that
already know.
Cool.
That would be that.
Yeah. Until you tried to, until a guy came along that liked us both or something, then that's when things get strange.
That's when things would get ugly. Yes.
Yeah.
Be like,
we'd be liking the same dude.
Yeah, pick one of us. I'm the original. Yeah. Which one? Like
right.
Which one? Be like, girl, bye, girl.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. So what if you can pick one restaurant to open up a location next to your job? What kind of restaurant would you pick?
Something with like vegan food.
Okay, I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew that.
definitely like a vegan food spot.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
I could get with that. It's this one place up Baltimore. Is it Baltimore Pike
mm-hmm.
or somewhere that I forget the name of it. That's a shame. But it's near the gym up there, and they got good vegan food.
Okay.
Dang, I wish I remember the name of it so I could shout them out. I'm gonna have to do it next time.
Yeah, for me, that's a great question. Like, what restaurant would I love for them to open up right next door to me? That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because I'm so funny about different places that I eat. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
that's the hard thought for me. To what I
Yeah.
would actually think of. Yep.
Word.
And what about if you was the only one that showed up for work one day?
I'll be like, what the hell? I didn't get the message. Y'all done took the day off and ain't nobody tell me. I'll be mad as shit.
Girl, I would be upset. I would be upset, child. Oh my God. I go there like, what the? Ain't
Yeah.
nobody tell me that we wasn't doing work today. I would be
Oh my
upset.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be upset. Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all
Yeah,
done took a field trip. I ain't get the memo.
that part. That part. Girl, yeah, I would be upset. I would be upset.
Mm-mm-mm.
So the next question, so what if you could read your coworkers' minds?
Oh.
I would love
I
that.
would be listening. Like, oh, okay. Oh, that's what you think about Miss Cheryl.
Okay. Yup. I would get that. I was like, wink, wink. Yep, got it. Girl, I would love that, child. But like, what are you
Yes.
thinking? How you feel? Yeah, I would love that. So that goes into the next question. So, what if you had superpowers? What would
I
your
think mind
superpower
reading
be?
is a really great one.
What's your superpower?
Mind reading. But yeah, what's that? I don't know, strength, speed. What's my superpower? Interesting one.
Yeah.
I feel like my son has asked me this before.
What would your superpower be?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what we talked about, like speed or invisibility.
Invisibility.
Ooh, invisibility.
Okay.
Yeah. Go invisible.
That's a very interesting one. That's very interesting.
It is. That's a fun one.
Yeah, it is very fun. Yeah. Think about that one. Wow. Because
Yeah.
my superpower would be to be able to read minds. I would love to read minds to know what you're thinking. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
I also thought about for a second being able to like transform into like other entities.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
Go be a fly on the wall. Maybe not a fly, but
Yeah, but I do say like when if I was a fly on the wall,
How about
child,
that? How about
girl,
that?
I like the idea of being able to go invisible and teleport yourself to different places and just
Right.
pop up there. Nobody knew you there, and
Yes.
you invisible. That would be great. That would be great. I do like that one. So what if you could only take one form of transportation for the rest of your life? What would it be?
Oh, one form of transportation.
One form of transportation.
I guess a car.
A car. Okay.
Yeah. Unless I got my own jet.
Child, like don't threaten me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that's a way to get around.
Yeah.
Own personal jet. Yeah, maybe I think that. But your own personal jet, you know what I mean? It's like that can't get you from, uptown to downtown. You know what I mean? That's like going far distances.
Right.
So that's why helicopters are cool.
Yeah, helicopters are cool. But I've been in a helicopter and I'm not
You didn't like
sure
it.
about. Yeah, it was kind of weird for me.
Yeah.
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 Woo.
Yep.
It's so many like different like scenarios like for like what ifs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think my favorite probably is like, so what if a stranger pulled up in a limousine and handed you an envelope of $1,000 $100,000 and drove away, what would you
Mm-hmm.
what would you do?
Take it and run. I'll be like, what? I don't know. I'm just going, would I might be afraid. They'd be standing there and be like, what the hell? I would imagine all the video cameras in the city suddenly seeing me right then and there. And you know what I mean? And them tracking my every move. I would think
Yes,
that's like that movie with Will Smith when
yes.
and they could see Enemy of the State, I think it was, or
Oh,
something
yep,
with Will
yep.
Smith, and then it's like they was able to see everywhere he was at. It was like they could just tap into all the. So yeah, that I would be afraid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To like have that much money and then somebody just dropped it off and then just or handed it to me and then they drove off and I'm standing there with it.
Pulled away.
Every person that I encounter after that, I would be paranoid.
Yes. Because that would be creepy though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know you from a can of paint. You come pull up in a limousine, hand me some money, and then leave.
Yeah.
$100,000 on top of that. Yeah, that would be, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's that. I thought that was a very interesting. Like, what would your thoughts be on that if that actually happened? So what if you had a machine that could print you any kind of food you wanted? What would you do? Any kind of food.
No, it could just print me money.
Just print you money.
Just print me money. I don't want no printed out food.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I know.
Right.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm like, print me food. I don't know.
Food. Be like, no, thank you.
Okay. So, what if you had your own reality show? What would it be called, and what would it be about? If you had your own reality show.
Own reality show. That's interesting.
Yes, I know. That's right. Like, what would I call? What my reality show be about?
How about that?
I think that was a very thought-provoking question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that one I would definitely have to think about. Definitely think about that.
You can still hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay. I just had to go off video for a second.
Oh. So what if you could design your own country?
If I could design my own country.
Yes.
That's more interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like Hobbit Land or something.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Design your own country. That would be interesting. Can you imagine if you could do that? Design your own country. That would be wild. That would be wild. Mm-hmm. So and what if you could instantly learn any new skill? What would you want to learn?
Oh, any new skill. Whoa. So a few of them went through my mind. So I thought about like, cooking and baking and stuff. But I was like, I think I'm baking, cook pretty good. And, that's easy enough to learn. You just follow it and, follow instructions. And then I thought about music. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's a good one.
But then I also thought about the jewelry making, like to be able to like make jewelry like with soldering and like the way that they be making that and like cutting the stones and stuff like that. I would like to be able to do that.
That's interesting. Yeah. I like that. I feel like for me, like if I can learn any new skill, I would love to learn how to do the play the saxophone. I love saxophone.
Yeah.
I would love to learn that. Like if I could just dive right into that. And also learn to play like the electric guitar, just make that baby sing.
Yes.
You wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. You wouldn't tell me
that up.
Child, you wouldn't tell me nothing. I would love to do that.
Don't Charlie got one in there that you can play and practice on?
He has a bass. He has a bass guitar.
Okay.
I would love to do the electric and just have that puppy sing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, because we got like 3 of them around here. I'm going to bring one over there for you to play on.
Ooh, girl, don't threaten me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Do learn that new skill, girl. You want to tell me nothing? Yep.
Right.
Yep. So and then, so what if you could invent one thing? What would it be? If you can invent one thing, what would it be?
Hmm. I would invent a tool that sends out like frequencies of
Hmm.
yeah, to like to help people feel at peace.
Oh man.
Somewhere,
Love that.
to put people in like the mood for love and something like that,
I
and
love
but
that.
it's like I do believe that things like that already exist, but I feel like
Yeah.
people are using it for evil instead of using it for good.
Oh, I understand. I understand. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that, like sound warfare.
Yes.
But yeah,
Hmm.
but I would want to use it to send out, them frequencies of like, love and peace to try to get people to be more peaceful so we can stop this violence
Right.
in our neighborhoods and in our communities.
Yes. I do. I love that one. I love, absolutely love.
Yeah.
I agree. If I could.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, help people be more conscious and aware. Because even when I thought about like when I said send out frequencies of love, sometimes crimes be crimes of passion, or it be because they love somebody and then they acting crazy and stuff. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. So it's like I still might have to tweak that a bit. you know, Trying to
Uh.
get people to be more peaceful.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just terrible because it's like I just been seeing a lot, of things that have been happening to some folks, and even like our young people and stuff, and it'd be unbelievable the things that be going on.
Right. Right.
You know, yeah, it's like how do we
Yeah.
change that?
How do we change that? Exactly. Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
Whew, I know it's very interesting. Very interesting. Um. So if you what if you could stop physically aging, how would you feel like if you could like physically stop aging, like physically stop aging?
Um,
Hmm.
I think that I would love it. I kind of feel like that now. you
Yeah.
know, like like I be thinking that the way that I eat, my lifestyle, um, I feel like it slows down, the aging process for me, and I be thinking that that's why I look so young. Because
Hmm.
sometimes it looks weird to me, like when I be looking in the mirror and I have to remind myself of how old I am.
Hmm.
And so sometimes when people ask me about it, I be thinking like I don't know, like my vegetarian diet or
Hmm.
something. But it's so funny. So I'm always bringing up these movies. Is this movie called
Okay.
Time, and it's with Justin Timberlake. And nobody in there ages past the age of 25.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yes.
Hmm.
But you have these numbers on your wrists that show you how much time you have left, how many days you have.
Stop
Yes.
playing. Stop
Yeah. So
playing.
when
Oh
you
my goodness.
right. Yes. Is you gotta check it out. It's called Time. And so before you turn 25, it's like you don't have a time limit, right? It's like your numbers don't show up until you turn 25, but you only
Okay.
get a year. You get a year. So when you work, you don't work for money, you work for time. You earn time when you work. When you do a job, at the end of the day, you'll get 48 hours, or depending on your job. And
Hmm.
whenever you go get a coffee or something, that might be an hour or 30 minutes, and it'll
Hmm.
pull your time. But they were in like the city or a town that they were in, you can see people didn't have a whole lot of time. So they was always rushing, and the guy, he was running and stuff. But then he was able to go to another area where people
Hmm.
had tons of time. People had more time, like they had millions of years.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like they had like millions. And when you would go to the bank, you can go to the bank and the bank would loan you time. You press this little thing against your wrist,
What?
and you get like an extra day, 2 days or whatever, extra week kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but you had to go to work every day because that was how you would get more time. You know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for it to survive. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody looked like they was 25.
Oh wow,
So
that's
so
crazy.
even a person, they could be like 84 years old but still look
Mm-hmm.
25.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
you gotta check it out.
Physically
Good,
stop
good
aging.
movie.
Right. So you physically stop aging. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that reminds me. So like it's like so like what if you can like have a conversation with your 5-year-old self? Like what would you say to your
Wow.
5-year-old self? Right. Like, whew. Like what would I say to my 5-year-old self if I had a
Aw.
conversation? Man. Yeah.
Dang, right. It's like to a 5-year-old, it's not that much that they really understand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they understand a lot, but not like enough, what I mean, that they might even remember or that's gonna have like impact,
Right.
to make a change.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so interesting because, because my 5-year-old self was going through, was like kind of in trauma. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember being 5 years old and just being afraid, not wanting to be touched or, um,
Right.
what I mean, like barely talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like that's if I could tell anything to my 5-year-old self, I would just tell her that she's safe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
So
she's
that's
safe.
so if you could choose one age to stay at indefinitely, what age would you want to stay at?
What? The age
Yeah.
I'm at right now?
Oh, the age you're there now? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Go
That's-
ahead and stay 48.
Hey.
Yeah,
Wow.
you know
Interesting.
what? Or maybe I might want to get to 50. I feel like this is a milestone year, you know what I mean? So like I want to hit 50 and then maybe I can just stay at 50.
Yeah, 50. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what about you?
Yeah, I think I would not want to go any higher than I am now. Like if I could have just like stayed at 50, I probably would be okay, because then I know I'll be that age for the rest of my life. But then I think about it like because 50s, like when you get older, a lot of stuff start shifting and changing too. So I probably would have wanted to maybe take it back a few more years to where I was more young and vibrant and I could do a lot more and, didn't have things in the way.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
probably
25 sounds like a good age to stay at.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like I would probably would have took it back a few years if I could stay at one age indefinitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a very like thought-provoking question. So
Hmm.
and it's like so what if you could put one item in a time capsule for future generations to find? What would you want to put?
Wow.
What would you want
One
to put?
item in a time
Yeah.
capsule.
Yes. Yeah.
Whoa. Probably a
Mhm.
piece of jewelry that I've made.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? One of my handmade pieces of jewelry and something like an armband, like yeah, one of my statement pieces. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So they can find it and be like, wow, back in this year they was making stuff like this, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Like, I'm like, what would I put into a top guess? That's wild. Man, oh man. I'm like, yeah, these questions is like so thought provoking. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's something I think it could be so many different things I would probably want to put in the time capsule. It'd be so many
Yeah.
different things. Yeah, I would really have to think long and hard about that one. So
Yeah.
my last what if question. So what if you had to give up one of your senses? What sense would you going to give up?
Oh no. One of my
One
senses.
of your senses.
Oh my gosh.
What would you want to give
So like I gotta choose between
You
like
gotta
hearing and
choose. You gotta
seeing
choose
and
what sense you
touching.
want to give
Oh
up.
my goodness. Have to choose
You have to,
between them.
you have to choose one of the senses. What senses would you want to give up?
Wow. That's so interesting.
It is. It is. Whew.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, what one? Like, if I had to give up one, which one would I want to give up? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a tough one.
Hmm.
That's a
But
tough
I'm
one.
like, I love hearing.
Right? I definitely want to
I love
see.
seeing.
Right? That part.
I love tasting. I love touching.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know.
I
Mm-hmm.
know. That's a tough one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just, yeah, all of them. They all necessary.
They are. They are. They are. The sense of
You know what I mean?
smell.
Yeah, my sixth sense.
The yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. That was a thought provoking one for me. Which sense would I want to give up? I had to give up one of my senses.
Mm. I guess if I had to give up something,
Mm-hmm.
dang, I was about to say smell.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like the least, but I think the sense of smell would affect the sense of taste.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be able to smell when something ain't right.
That part. That part. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's the only way you know if something is good or bad.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
I know. I know. I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
So, and the and I don't know. I don't know. I think if I
Mhm.
had to give up anything, it may be this the sense of taste because I don't know what I'm tasting. So if I can't taste it, I don't.
You know what? It's like I just like food so much. Like I think, like I'd rather go blind. Blind. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like Daredevil out here. He found a way to see. I'll find a way to see. Be like, turn on all the lights and hit stuff and make things vibrate. Do what we need to do. But
Mm. And then that was definitely a tough one to think about because they all play in different systems. But can you
yeah,
imagine like
be like, wait, I need all of those.
I need all of it. Like it makes you think about like people that have certain challenges and they don't have certain senses and stuff like it's like man, can you imagine? It's very thought provoking. Very very thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Wow, wow, man. Like I truly appreciate everybody for being here. We had a lot of like fun stuff here, so
Yeah.
I really appreciate everybody for being here. So um that was our fun conversation for today. That was our
Hmm.
fun conversation for today. What like hypothetical questions, hypothetical situations and stuff and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it has been so fun coming in front of you guys on this Sunday afternoon on this live. You could have been anywhere on these YouTube streets, but you were a part of our
Hmm.
live, and that is all love, all love. I totally, totally appreciate you for being here.
Look,
Totally
we can do it
appreciate
like
you.
this.
Yay! We did it! That was cool. That was cool. That was, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you could have been anyone in these two streets and you were part of our live. And for that, it is all love, all love, all love. So if you
Yeah.
have not done anything for yourself today, please do something for you. I know that this is a holiday weekend. Some of us are out doing fun holiday things, and some of
Yeah.
us are chilling and relaxing. Like me, I live from R&R sometimes.
Hi
Sometimes
guys.
it's not all about being out in the street and doing things because my work life is so hectic that I look forward to some downtime and an extra day
Yeah.
off. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say I definitely look forward to
Hmm.
extra time, extra days off. Yep. But I want everybody to have a great, great rest of your week. And whatever
Yeah.
you do, be safe. Be safe out here. There's a lot going on out here in these streets.
Yes.
A lot going on out here in these streets. Yeah, I'm TB, and that's my lovely sister Janae Goddess
Mhm.
Light. Yay!
Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, we love to do these Sister Talk Sundays. So we hope that you will join us on our Nurse Sister Talk.
Yes, we love you.
Yeah, until then, we'll see you next
See
time.
ya.
See you,
Bye.
sister.
See ya.
All right.